All right, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakodash. We give the double honors to the apostles of GMS that ruled for all, our beloved elders and teachers that's been laboring for years and that we learn from. We'd like to say double honors and peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, to the saints that's out there that's waiting for the return of our Lord Yahushua to build us back up and rise us and restore us as we once were before. And Lord's will you be edified. And as you can see the title, this is on Valuetainment. I watch this channel from time to time. Brings out some good points. But if you aren't stupid and got your head stuck up your ass, you ought to know that America, the economy is done. The gimmicks are in, the games, the foolishness, the fuckery, and the enchantments are in, and they're doing these things just so they can set up their new world order, and they can set up, WEF Carl Schwab said, you will own nothing and you will be happy. And that's pretty much what Esau is shaping the minds of you people. He's has the census that he's done, and he's going to do a shake up and destroy a lot of you people. And it's like we don't know exactly what happened to the Georgia Guidestones, but they were up at one time, and they actually had the plan of Esau. And then all of a sudden, they were bombed down or cut down. And now they're no longer there to see, because they really actually shows you the plans of the elites and what they wanted to do. And you're seeing the shape right before your eyes, but only the ones that's in the know is going to know. And you have a lot of Christians, so-called Christians, etc., that's out there, and a lot of so-called Bible readers, but you got also Edomites. There's a lot of Edomites mainly you Edomites, the one that's had money, that's been in the stock market, that had advances. I mean, you've been privileged. You were taught economics. You was taught, how to deal in your society. Your rulership, you had so-called white privilege. So you was able to see certain things that Jake wasn't able to see, because we're on such a low vibration. All we know is nigga shit, and all we know what we see in front of us. And by the time we wake up to the fact that we've been eating bad food, and we are at war, and we've been attacked, and everything that's been done to us has been deliberately done. By that time, it's too late. The niggas is done. But you Edomites, on the other hand, y'all have time. Y'all had time in your hands. You've been pushed. Your parents, your people knew other people, other great people to teach you, and you've been able to have access that Jake wasn't able to do so. So, that's why you have a lot of these Edomites. When you go through certain channels, they bring forth a lot of information, which is relevant, because they do know. A lot of times, a lot of Jake, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, But evictions are skyrocketing. And food, insurances, mortgage, rent, gas prices, everything is going up. And the whole plan is to cause chaos. We don't really know exactly everything the elites are doing, but Yahweh does. Like the scripture says, his eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. So, beholding all the evil the devil's doing. But the thing that we do know is that Esau wants to set up this new world order. And he has a lot of smoke screens. He has a lot of people on payroll, so-called payroll. He giving these people certain access and certain gifts that, they can, bring forth things that are misleading, and pretty much take your eyes off the fact that Esau is trying to break it. Slacky. Bringing that MOTB. Things is stirring up. Esau losing his power. You know, these people are losing their wits. As you just had I think an Edomite just brought out another comparison with the Roman Empire, similar to the American Empire, and we ultimately know that this was, I believe, I can't think of it right off top, but this is the branch, the extension of the Roman Empire that we're trying to remember what exactly. I think is in Revelation. It goes into that this is somewhat called okay, I'm not going to even butcher it, but bear with me one moment. So Proverbs 22:16, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. Because I'm not sure if, I'm pretty sure they don't know. You can't oppress the rich, meaning the elites is a network of people. They all know each other, and they have cahoots with each other. They don't borrow. They don't loan each other. No. They take advantage of you poor, of the poor, and they even take advantage of the poor, their own people. Now, you got to understand, if Esau would sit there and do his own people dirty, how much more you so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. And the thing about you, Esau know who you are. He knows that you're the true children of Israel. But he's not going to let the world know. He's going to call you by bywords. And what happens is that so-called black culture, Latino, Hispanic culture that he has set up for us, it increases his pay. It increases, it increases Esau. And even if you're not into that black culture, you want to so-called do the right thing, be a quote-unquote just American, you just want to live decent in America, start your own business, be an entrepreneur, well, you're still, making Esau's kingdom look good. You're still going to be taxed. And what Esau does is he takes advantage of the poor, because ultimately the poor can't pay you back. The poor just gets more poorer and gets more into a deep hole where he pretty much, he can't pay them back. So, you mess the people up. He causes them to, rob somebody else or do something harm to somebody else, mess up their mindset, mess up their home, chaos all in the household, hatred of the children, hatred of the woman. Then it's just a cycle. What happens is the poorer just get more angry with each other, and they take advantage of each other, not realizing you're all being fucked over. And that's the main plan. Like, for instance, if Jake really understood that, your enemy is Esau. Your enemy is not each other, but unfortunately, he has put you, Jakes, against each other by the means of his oppression. James 5:1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. Because Esau has a great destruction that's going to come, because it has to be paid back for what you've done to this earth. To the Israelites, you caused ruckus between other nations, and you fucked up the earth, man. Your riches are corrupted, yeah, and your garments are moth-eaten. Everything that Esau has gotten, he has not gotten it righteously. A lot of blood. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Yep. And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have cheap treasures together for the last days. Ultimately, we know that the scripture says resources was never lost, but it just transitioned over. Behold, the hire of the laborers you have reaped down your field, which is of you kept back by fraud. Crieth, because that oppression. We built America, but we never got anything out of it. All Jacob been conquered, brought over here. You so-called Hispanic, Latino tribes. You were cut down, beaten, put in slavery, chains, whipped, broken, humiliated. And then they brought the so-called blacks over here from Africa, west coast of Africa, because they fled from the persecution in 70 AD of Vespasian and Titus. I believe in Connecticut they have the Ark of that Titus. The beloved Elder Gabar brought that out, and the cries of them which ye have reaped are enter into the ears of the Lord, the elect of armies, the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny it. All you have to do is look at white pleasure. You look up the nice wonders of the world. Those are Edomites. And been wanton and have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. It's lucky. Let me get Proverbs 21 in GNT. GNT. Tripping. 21. Let's look up. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Psalm 21 and 11. For they intended evil against thee. Let me see. Hold on, matter of fact. I'm going to start. Let me see something. Slocky. So Psalm 21 and 8. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Ultimately will be Yahushua. Thou shalt make them as a fury oven in the time of thine anger. The multitude of angels, Yahushua and those nukes. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. That's, you Edomites. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform, because ultimately their goal is to enslave the whole world and put the MOTB in everybody, and be, as it says in 2 Thessalonians, I believe the second chapter, he said of himself as the Most High. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Yep. Those nukes. That's why they're going to go into hiding. They're going to hide themselves. But they're going to be the first fruits and go into slavery. Be thou exalted, Lord, in thy own strength. So we will sing and praise thy power. And as you're seeing it now, in the forefront amongst this wickedness, but you're going to ultimately see it, especially in the kingdom. Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity, because ultimately we got to understand the times that we're living in. We understand that money alone, bread alone, is not going to be sufficient to live in amongst these times, because ultimately it's your mindset to carry on and persevere, because we ultimately know everything's about to go digital, and Esau is fucking shit up even worse. And he's making a whole lot of things harder. So the brotherhood has to come stronger. Brother's mind has to be stronger. And your will to fight and persevere has to get stronger and tougher. Proverbs 19:17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth to the Lord. But Esau doesn't have no pity upon the poor. Ultimately, he knows the true poor people right now, which is, going to the book of Lamentation. He understands that our power, Yahweh, has put us into captivity and have put them underneath him. So instead of, he calls himself a Christian. He calls himself a good old human being, good Samaritan. He loves everybody. He would, do us, how you say, he would do good to us. He would allow us to have our own land. Well, damn it, shit. Jake don't even want their own land. Jake just want to be loved by Esau. Jake just want to be loved. Jake just want to, he's like a dog. Jake has become a dog. He's like a pet. He wants to be petted. Jake, every time they see Esau, he wags his tail like a dog. And, sometimes certain dogs, they run off if they get scared of you. But, if you got certain dogs, when they want to get petted, they get underneath you, they wag their tail, and they come humble, crouch down, and, hopefully, and it wants you to be petted. Well, that's you, Jakes. But Esau doesn't even want that. Esau said, fuck that. I don't, I'm not showing you no pity. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do with you. I'm going to extort you. I'm going to act like I like you. But deep down inside, I want blood from you. He said, and that which he have given, will he pay him again. So you give him, but he wants more. He and it, in ancient Egypt, you had our forefather Joseph, which Pharaoh made the second, and Egypt became great. Now, only thing Esau does in this society, he uses you, Jakes, and he extorts you. He uses you for buffoonery. He uses you for his term, his purpose, and then he tosses you away. And it's crazy because you, Jake's not, here it is, you're selling out willingly. You're being a coon, you're an ass kisser, you're a bootlicker, and you get nothing out of it, Joseph was made great, but we ultimately know this America, just like Egypt was still eventually broken down by Yahweh, is going to happen again. Luke 12:15, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. But that's what they push in order to blindside you and keep you thirsty and have an insatiable desire, so you can't control yourself. And then a nigga get a Mercedes Benz or a Crown Vic or what is it, a Grand Marquis. I fucking hate those cars. Or a nigga get a BMW and he hovers lordship amongst each other. And that's what you niggas do. Y'all fuck around and y'all humiliate each other. Y'all talk shit against each other. But that doesn't hurt Esau. He wants you to do that. He wants you niggas hovering lordship and causing disdain and envy and hatred amongst each other. He wants you niggas bugged the fuck out and thinking possessions and material is going to make you. And deep down inside, that's why Jake is losing. And that's why everybody look at the so-called black man as a joke, because you still in 2024 you still think what you own and what you don't own anything, but what you have, your J's, your little swagger, and our people really do believe that this is going to make you somebody. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So you're a servant. You still got Jake trying to think they can manifest ownership, which is a joke. So I want to bring out this point. Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject to the higher powers. Now we understand that yes, it was Yahweh, because you got to go into I think it's Daniel the second chapter. No, Daniel the seventh chapter, and it talks about the beast which were going to be set up, and then Yahweh Shah is going to come, and we understand we're in the toes, and what is it? I can't remember Salaki, but how you say it? We understand that this kingdom that we're in now comes from and derives from the wounded Roman Empire, which has been brought back into power, and we understand out of this, what you see here today has been set up and ordained from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for the Edomites to rule in these last days. So it said, for there is no power but of Yahweh, because ultimately Yahweh rules over these Edomites on the left-hand side, Satan. And Satan through the left-hand side, who goes to Yahweh for all for orders. Yahweh has put them over these Edomites. They are the physical counterpart of Satan. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of Yahweh Yahushua. So that's why it came to a point where the Black Panthers and you had Khalil Muhammad, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and you also had a lot of Jake that tried to rouse up, but eventually got cut asunder. But ultimately, because let me see, this man is ordained from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and it goes back to that mark that he put on Cain, and ultimately this Yahweh is going to get is how you say it tells you that if anybody try to war with Cain, will be cut asunder, will not be able to prevail. Because ultimately, this is a personal vendetta and a hit that Yahweh is going to allow Yahweh Shah to enact on that damnation, that punishment, that payback, which Esau is going to have to drink and down and swallow. As the scriptures say, he shall swallow and drink down double. But ultimately, I bring this out is because, yes, Esau's in power, but you do the scriptures and ciphering and through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, you will eventually know when it's going to come to upon a time when you are going to have to cut all ties with Babylon the Great. And through the spirit and through the prophets and the message and the signs of the times, you will know when you will have to complete cut ties with America, Babylon the Great. Ultimately, when it comes time for the MOTB. So, Lord's will, you was edified. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.